But it's great. It's great when you get out of, and we've discussed this 1,000 times on here, and it's a great way to start the year because now you got something coming.
That's what I thought of. I didn't want to do it. I was like, maybe I won't even tell Paula about the offer, and she was kind of about it. But what are we gonna do on Saturday morning? Like, what's the point of wasting it?
You know, man, this is something that you have to do every day that I neglected at an early age. I didn't neglect at an early age. I neglected at 28. I thought my body would stay the way it always been. I thought that what people were saying to me were lying. They're all lying. Your metabolism doesn't slow down. And I wish in those at that age that I would have worked out an hour a day, you know. Something that I'm doing now. I wouldn't have been working as hard as I am now. So if you're young and you see that your weight's going somewhere, hit it when you're fucking 30. So throughout your 30s and 40s, and you don't have to kill. Nobody wants you to be fucking Johnny Olympus. They just want you to do what Lee does. Go to the fucking 24-hour fitness and ride the elliptical for 40 minutes and you go home and everybody's happy. At least you don't feel that bad if you do decide to eat a quarter pound.
And you don't have to do 45. The first time I did it, I did 15. I couldn't. I didn't think I was going to get to 15, and I went home and slept for 15 hours. So at this point, as long as I do 30, I'm like, this is better than doing nothing. I get 400 calories in. But it's just
you're moving that blood, Jack. Anything is better than that stalemate fucking blood. It moves the blood. It sets off fireworks in your brain to do other things. You're like, what the fuck am I doing sitting here? I gotta go do other things.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not gonna tell anyone to work out because I used to hate it when I was bigger. Because everyone knows they're supposed to lose weight. But the thing I would look for, if you're looking for inspiration, is something you told me about, and now I can't not see it everywhere. Is the bigger guys and girls who bruises around their ankles because their blood isn't flowing. It freaks me out. It eats away at the skin.
It fucking did shit to me. It fucked me up. Yeah,
because you don't have it now.
No, I refuse to have it. I work on it. You have to even rub those things. You know, move around. If you do get on a plane, I don't want that either. That fat ankle. Once you see the fat ankle, it's all downhill.
It terrifies me.
It's just all downhill after that, man. You can't get that blood coagulating around that fucking ankle. Fuck no, it's just stale blood. It's just that brown blood that comes out of your head when you hit somebody in the head with a hammer. In movies, you see that brown.
How often are you hitting people in the heads with hammers?
It's been years, but no, I just saw.
Do you miss it?
No, I just saw people's heads get fucking hit. For you people who've been emailing me, my heart goes out to you guys. Thank you. Fidel is alive and kicking.
Oh, thank God.
He's not alive and kicking. He's alive. And
how old is he? Around?
13. My wife told me.
Okay,
Fidel's been around for a long fucking time. We've been together 16 years. Fidel's been around for 14 years. Next, May, she was telling me. Fidel's a big cat. Not fat, big, leopard big.
He always seems super healthy.
Always seems super healthy. Always happy, always meowing, always wants the first pet. If you're going to pet something. The people at the veterinarian pull me aside and go, he's a really good cat. He's the... Once in a while, he goes off the deep end. He likes to fuck around with Harry and torture Dimmy and shit. And he takes abuse. He's the biggest cat I have in the house, and he takes abuse from the other cats. And every once in a while, he just snaps. One of the best fights I ever saw was him against Superbad.
Really?
Two different. It was like John Jones against Cormier. They fucking fought. They went backwards, and then they fell into the laundry box.
And they kept going?
And the laundry box flipped over, so they were trapped in that laundry box fighting themselves. I had to pick it up. Superbad and Fidel had each other by the neck. This went on for about a month, too. Every time they'd see each other, they'd make those loud noises. I go, get the fuck out of here. But he's alive and kicking. My wife said that, I got up this morning and gave him his special food, and I played with him a little bit. And when I went in the shower, when I came back, he had jumped the fence to his cat litter box. So, he's alive. He's not kicking where he was kicking before. He's not old Fidel where, he torments you and shit. But,
does that... Because I had never experienced a pet dying. I had a hamster that died, but that wasn't the same as my dog. Does it make you not want to get more animals? Because, I don't know if I could anymore.
You're always going to get animals.
Yeah.
Somebody's always... animals come to you. When an animal comes into your life, that animal's meant for you. It's regardless of what you say as a person. I can't have cats. I'm allergic to dogs. I don't want dogs in my life. I got to get rid. When you see the animal that belongs to you, you'll know it. You'll feel it.
Okay.
It could be a fucking parrot. You might call me one day and goes, I went to a fucking thing and bought a chinchilla. You know, I don't give a fuck what you buy.
Yeah.
Every animal has a purpose, and you have a purpose with an animal. It's just finding the right animal. I've been very fortunate. You know, when my mother died, I had a dog, you know.
Yeah.
His name was Crystal. I called him Crystal from Crystal THC. And
how did you explain that to your mom?
I never did. I never had to. I just called him Crystal, and she didn't know. He was white with little brown spots. And was he the first dog I ever had? Not really. He was one of the dogs that came in and out of the house. We had 2 dogs at one time that were guard dogs that my mom had to give away because one kept running away and biting people and giving out terrorists when I first moved to Jersey. So my mom gave him to a buddy in the Bronx, and I would see him, the dogs, for years. Then we had Champion, who was my dad's dog, who died when I was like Mercy's age. And then we had this Crystal, you know, and Crystal was a good little dog. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a young kid. I was playing football, lifting weights. I was just discovering titties and fingering people and shit. I didn't have it, you know. It's not like you had the internet that you got a dog and you read up on that dog and stuff. You had an encyclopedia, you know. And I gave the dog love, and then what happened? My mom died, and I had this dog, and I was moving in with friends. I couldn't bring the dog, and I had to give the dog away. And that stayed with me for a long time. I always let that dog down. Mm-hmm. You know, in the middle of everything, my mom dying, me moving, high school, this, that, no Social Security. I had this fucking dog. And I had to give him away, and I didn't know who to give him away to. I gave him away to my mom's friend, and she lived on 51st Street. So I would go out at nights and get fucked up and walk by the dog. I'd go by and she would put the dog outside till like 2 in the morning. And I told you, I would jump the fence and go in its house and play with it. And I don't know what happened. I lost contact with the dog over the years. And that always stayed with me. I always owed the universe one. Mm-hmm. I always felt like I owed the universe one. That happens to people. Sometimes they get an animal and they have to move, or their boyfriends have allergies, or their girlfriends can't have a cat in the house. There's always something. You have to give that animal up. I think that's one of the toughest things you have to do in your life. I know it was for me as a young man.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to bail on my animals. Like I won't go on vacation. We're having a hard time about next holiday. We want to go to New York and spend 6 days with the child and take it to the tree and this and this. You go away. She goes away. The lady. I can't expect my friends to go over there and sit there for an hour with these animals.
Right.
And I just can't leave for 9 days and have somebody come and feed them and leave. These animals have emotions. They're used to a certain lifestyle. I spend time with my cats. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm not going to lie to you. There's people, no. When I left this morning, I pet all of them. I picked up 3 of them and kissed them when I fed them. That's how you're supposed to treat your fucking animals. Why have an animal? Why have an animal if you're there's people out there willing to give love to a fucking animal. Mm-hmm. So, and I look at my cats, and I got to tell you something. They were all meant for me. Every single one of those cats in the room, God put them on this planet for me to adopt them. I just know.
Were you anxious adopting strays? Like, not even just from the shelter, like strays on the street?
Well, they were little kittens. And I knew what their options were. I knew that they were going to die. If somebody didn't take them, they were going to die. And these animals were good cats. These animals were, they were tough. They came from the samurai. They had a good bloodline. Mama was back there for years getting fucked and spitting out kittens. And she was tough as nails. She had like fucking 19 litters in the years we were back there, And,
wow.
But I have no regrets about none of those cats. I love them all the same.